Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, Rat Ride Carport Builder Mechanic, whatever you want to call me, don't call me late for lunch. And I'm just looking at my little timer there on the side, and I can't hardly see today. I went to the eye doctor, and ever since he dilated my eyes, it's been a mess. I took a nap, slept for about an hour and a half, and it's a little better, but I'm still trying to see that little meter there on the side here I can see myself when I'm recording. Anyway, welcome to you new people that just come aboard with me. And hello to my people that's been with me. And really appreciate you coming on in. And little backstory about myself. I retired at the age of 65. That was last December. And I could have retired early at 62. Let me tell you, boy, I was wanting to. Actually, I wanted to retire at 58 or 52 or whatever. But unfortunately, I had cancer and a couple of setbacks in my life, and it just didn't work out. And the reason why, now 65 is not my full retirement age. It's 66 and 8 months. But Medicare kicked in for me on December is my birthday, and that's when I turned 65, and that's when it kicked in. So I hit the door running, man, and didn't look back, and that's what I did. Medicare, insurance has everything. That's a lot of reason why too. For the last 3 years, I hung in there because of the insurance, because of the, the co-pays and all that. And I was just really didn't want to take a chance. I got one of my prescription is like $500, over $500, I should say, for 30 pills. So heck yeah. And I was on this gap thing with this new policy I got with the Medicare. It's like an Advantage type plan, the ultimate. And I just had to end up paying $132 for that prescription. I go, before it was $35, and then I think last month it was $75, and this time around it's $130. And they said, well, it's a gap program. Well, now this ultimate plan looks like we're going to be shopping around. So I've got the fella coming over when he gets all his ducks in a row and finds out what will fit me. So you always want to change up on your plan, especially when on my suggestion. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just me, my experience, and it's the best thing. And another thing I learned: if you find an insurance agent, somebody who works, make sure they're independent. In other words, they can just shop around for you. That they're not committed to one insurance company or two. And this guy is a free agent, I guess, basically what I'm trying to say. There's a word for it. Forgive me, I don't know it. Maybe one of y'all could chime in and put it on my message and on my comments. And a lot of people look at the comments too, so that'll help people too. Especially if you do make comments to my channel. I find it's helpful to me and others that watch my channel. So please do that. Always make comments. All right, good or bad, I'm a grown boy. I can take it. Anyway, but hey, welcome aboard, guys, and glad you're here, you new guys, and especially old girls and guys. It's on my mind. Taking retirement early. It's, unfortunately, I did what I did when I did it. And, okay, technically, yeah, I retired early. Okay, 66 and 8 months, like I said, was my full retirement. Actually, 70 years, I get more money if I would have waited. But, let me tell you, folks, this is just me, okay? I hear a lot of people say, well, the longer you wait, the more you make on your Social Security benefits. That's true. For me waiting, 3 years, I get a little bit more. That gets, drafted into my checking account from Social Security. So it's good, it's a win-win, okay? It's a few dollars more. But, sometimes trading freedom and your life for money, you got to really look hard at that, How much does it take for you to live? And that's the whole thing. And what's more important, money or freedom and health and life? Now, I noticed something since this whole year. I'm going on 10 months now. And what I've noticed is it sure takes me longer to do things. And there for a while in the middle of the year, I said, boy, I can't believe I ever had time to work. Well, what it is I've slowed down. And then I took a little inventory of myself back even when I was working. Those last 3 years, I was slowing down, even at work. And I was basically a shop foreman, so I didn't do a lot of the physical work. I just go find a mower or something to work on, and I kept things orchestrated, things go. And I found that I was slowing down, and I didn't really want to admit to it to myself. So, that's a lot of things too. I think if I had retired early, I could have done some of the things I always dreamed about doing to retire. I just sold, I don't know, how long has it been now? Maybe a couple of months now. We sold the Airstream. And I remember in the beginning of this year, you can go back and look at my video. Oh, I was gung-ho, man, ripping that thing apart, and going to have this and that. And that was from dreams that I had when I was working, thinking about it, I watched Cheaper RV Living. This guy, Bob, he's had his channel out, oh boy, a lot of years. I bet you he's going on 10 years. And I used to think, wow, that's what I want to do. I want to get a camper. Well, then I got an RV. I found this old vintage camper. And, and I thought about it. I think, well, this is what I'm going to tell all the guys at work. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, I had this old Dodge truck, and I fixed it up. And just events lead one thing after another. And the truck burned up on me a few years ago. So I ended up scrapping it. And unfortunately broke my heart. And I said, well, I could always get another truck, but I was still, and it's just getting too much. It was just getting too much. And I'll tell you what, when I sold it, I felt a relief come over myself. It really did. I mean, just a relief off my chest. Because I sit there, I know I play with these old trucks. I put this one, we had the hurricane last week, and I took it off. I took the cab off the gantry crane, and I put it over here, down on the floor here inside. Because I didn't want that. I didn't want to find the cab up in a tree. But I got everything back, back in working order, back to business, basically. But I putzed along on that. And yesterday I felt better. Of course, I had COVID last week, and I just got off of a quarantine. So I haven't really felt much doing anything, basically. But yesterday was the first time I actually worked. I basically worked all day. I'm putting a new floor in that, and getting that cab ready to go on this chassis. So I felt really good about it. But it's not pushing. I'm not pushing to do it. Today I don't feel like working on it. I don't know. I thought about it, and now it's getting later in the day, and I said, I can start on the other part of the side, on the right side. I'll do it tomorrow. And, it's just, or I can drive the rat ride. I can drive the rat ride. I got gas. I need to put gas in it and test drive it, and I just don't feel like it. And, 2-3 years ago, I'd already had this stuff done in one day. So that's what I'm getting at. I'm slowing down. So, I just want to put that out there. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a money market guy. I'm just a guy that retired, trying to just share my experience, strength, and hope of what's happening to me, and just get the awareness of what's happening to me. I'm slowing down. This could happen to you. I'm not saying it might. It could. Something to be aware of. Think about that. And you folks that's younger, in your 40s and your 30s that watch this channel, really think about it. Don't take it for granted, because before you know it, retirement age will be on you. I mean, it'll creep up on you quick, And I think when young people finally, when they have kids, especially the ones that have kids, when their kids end up going to high school and they end up becoming empty nesters, they go, oops. A lot of people, and oh boy, I am getting older, and these kids are going to be adults now, So there's a lot of things to think about. It. Life goes on. Please, there's a lot of guys out there like Dave Ramsey and people like that say, put 15% into your retirement. Please look at that really hard. Another thing too, pay off everything. I mean, really, pay off everything. It's best to have no debt. I mean, that's the best thing, because that makes life a lot easier. You can breathe. Getting back to that one chap I was talking to, Bob, he has that, what is that? Cheaper RV Living. He's out in Arizona, And, you know, a lot of those folks, I watch that, and there's younger people that just, they're living off grid, you know, they're living in their cars or whatever. I mean, you know, a lot of people go, they look down on that, but some people just, they're basically free, you know, and they're happy with it. And they're happy with it, that's okay, that works for them. Now, I don't have to do that. I'm here in Florida, and it's really, it's hard to really live off grid. You can, let me rephrase that. You can live off grid. It gets hot and humid here. And the mosquitoes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, it's kind of, you know, you got to be really rough. I mean, I could do it. My wife wouldn't do it. I trust you there, and she wouldn't do it. So, but yeah, if I was out in Arizona or up in there in the Colorados and places like that in Southern California, man, I'd dig it. You know, I'd probably be doing it. But I don't think it's here for me in this climate here. Not at all. But, you know, right now I don't have to do that, you know. But if there's ever a time that could be an option, there you go. So, I mean, you know, a lot of people are finding with the rents are really high. And the cost of living is high, inflation and everything. And some of them just have to do that. I've seen a lot of videos on people living in their cars because they can't afford rent. And what they're doing, a lot of them are socking money away, which is smart. I mean, if you stay to it, stay true to it, it can happen. So, you know, sometimes you got to struggle in life. Sometimes you got to put up with the way things are. And a lot of these people really like what they're doing. I mean, they got the freedom and of not having that hung over their head. But I hope they're preparing for their later years when they get older, you know, when they're doing that. And so, you know, with that, you know, everybody, you know, hang in there, especially young folks, you know, be mindful of it. You know, it does come. It will come. And that's for sure. And with that, I'm going to end this. So, you know, with everybody there, please like and subscribe and become a member, you know, and I'm getting a lot of likes and shares and comments, which I really like, but please become a member, you know, subscribe to my channel and share it too. This little poor channel needs all the help I can get, you know, and now a lot of things are important today. And my Lord Jesus Christ, yes, my wife, you know, I always better say that, my children, I love y'all, you know, my family, and, you know, my country, USA, God bless America. And you folks, you know what? Please take care of yourself. And thank God that we're all healthy and things will get better one day at a time. So good night. God bless.